guys, it's Emma, and I'm back today for you with another video. And today we're doing a rant review. Don't you just love to shit talk? Cause me too. Anyway, the book that we are rant reviewing today, everybody, is The Hunting Wives by Cobb. First of all, take a look at this cover, and can we just acknowledge the fact that this cover being on this book is such a shame, because this cover is camp. We are following this woman named Sophie who moves from Chicago to Texas in order to settle down. She lives with her husband and her little baby son, and they just are looking for the quiet life. And she makes friends with this clique of women called the Hunting Wives. And the Hunting Wives go up to the clique leader's lake house, they get drunk on wine, and they shoot guns. You may think that this is a very dangerous pairing, and you would be correct. Because not only do they do this, but they also go out on the town to inconspicuous bars where they know nobody in their social circles will be in order to get wild. So basically what happens is one day a girl ends up dead and the suspicion falls on the Hunting Wives, and it's all about them trying to find out how this girl was actually murdered. The trigger warnings for this book, there are only a few, but they are mention of suicide, mentions of forced abortion, and murder. This book, as much as I'm about to shit talk it into oblivion, this book was messy, all right? I love a good mess. And I think this video might also be spoiler-free-ish. Take that very lightly, okay? Take that with a grain of salt. We're just gonna talk about all the things in this book that really, really infuriated me. I do not mean any hate towards the author or fans of this book. These are strictly my opinions. They may get heated. This is just why I do not like this book. This is not a call to basically tell my viewers, yeah, don't read this book. No. Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to read. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all what not to read either. I'm just saying, hey, this is why I didn't like it. Maybe take this as a warning, you know? So with that being said, let's just jump right into it. The first con that I got is the main character herself, Miss Sophie, little Miss Sophie. She was the most torturous character that I've ever had to read about to date. She was neither unlikable nor unreliable. She was just unbearable. You have unreliable characters, you have unlikable characters. They're still engaging, they're still, I guess, interesting in some sort of way. Sophie here, homegirl, was not. She was not. Little Miss Sophie's choice, she was not. She made the dumbest choices for one of two reasons. Either to fix something or to be liked. First of all, these women are grown, all right? And by grown women, I mean grown-aged women. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and up, all right? At your age, you're really trying to be liked this hard, honeycomb? I don't know where she thought we were, all right? I graduated high school, she graduated high school. Maybe she was getting a little confused because she was fooling around with high school-aged boys.
I beg your pardon?
But there's still no excuse, baby doll. And every action that she made, every dumb decision that she made, one by one, she would be dumbfounded, confused, befuddled when those consequences of said actions came back to bite her in the ass. It was astounding, quite honestly. It was like watching a baby bird, okay? It was like watching a baby bird jump out of its nest, go headlong, and realize that, oh shit, if I don't flap my wings, I'm gonna head into the ground. And then proceed to do it over and over and over again and have this epiphany over and over and over again and not learn from it. Honeycomb, if you were a baby bird, you'd be dead. Plain and simple. I don't know how you're alive. I don't know how you're alive, okay? I don't know how you've gone through life with this naivete, all right? But all I gotta say is, your luck, unfounded. Can I have some? And the entire time that we were going through this book, I just remember thinking to myself, am I supposed to feel bad for her? Or am I supposed to think she's pathetic? Because don't get me wrong, at the beginning I was like, oh, you know, I do understand the want to feel accepted in a group of friends when you are the new person there. I understand that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't, but when it rules your entire life, that's when it gets kind of ridiculous, because it's like, baby doll, you got a whole family. You got a whole husband, a whole toddler. I think you have some bigger shit to worry about instead of worrying about whether or not other grown-ass women like you as a grown-ass woman. Stand up! So towards the end, I just thought she was pathetic because she just made everything worse. And not only worse for herself, but worse for everybody around her, because it was like, baby doll, you do realize that butting into shit that literally has nothing to do with you is just making it worse. It's not gonna fix it, but I know you're not gonna listen to me until the consequences of your actions have to smack you in the face. Because you feel like common sense is supposed to be common, because you know it's common sense, but I guess not. Because every now and then I'll see people in the wild, mingling in the wild, that don't have an ounce of it. Her whole characterization also was just very off. And obviously her motives along with it. Like, I mean, her whole thing is she's moved from Chicago to Texas, right? Because she wants her life to settle down. She wants to, you know, have a more quiet life. I understand that. That's normal for people to do. But she herself, she realizes I should be happy here, but I'm restless, I'm bored, I want to do something, and I also understand that. That's also normal. But then she would flip-flop on that emotion, because at one point she'd be like, I'm so restless, I'm so bored, I have to do something, oh my gosh, blah. But then she'd be like content for hours upon hours just gardening. It was very flip-floppy with little to no transition in between. So it was just jarring. Oh, also I kind of made it a little game, a little drinking game, for basically every time she mentioned that she had a latte, I took a swig of wine. Also, every time she mentioned that she got into her, not her car, but her Highlander specifically, I took a swig of wine. We get it. The girl drives a Highlander. Also, we understand context clues that she drives drunk. So, ain't that a peach? The writing itself was off, okay? It felt like a movie script at some points. The most minute things would be detailed and like walked through. For example, her gardening, her making food, her blogging. They were the most intensely described and intensely walked through pieces of the book. The one pro that I will give this book is the writing, is the pacing. The pacing of the book was incredibly fast. However, it could not have been fast enough, unfortunately. And even though I'm praising the fact that it does have incredibly fast writing, there were bad points to it, okay? Because there were points in this book where it was insanely fast, and then there were points where it was insanely slow. Also, the pop culture references, I've said this time and time again, I don't like pop culture references in books. I think it dates your book to where it hinders the story. Some books, it works in a way. Some books, it just does not. And unfortunately, this is the latter. Not to mention the extreme usage of emojis, because there are, you know, like text conversations listed in this book. This book makes me never want to use emojis ever again. Just take a moment right now. Imagine the cringiest example of overusage of emojis. That's The Hunting Wives. Now, the villain. I will give it credit. I didn't see it coming. I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be her. Nope, it's gonna be her. Wait, nope, it could actually be him. Nope, it was actually someone that I was not guessing. Not to toot my own horn here, but I like to think that I'm pretty good at guessing the outcomes, or pretty close to the outcomes, or just over guessing the outcomes to where the actual outcome is underwhelming. But this actually took me by surprise. So again, I give credit, but I have to take away some of that credit because it adds a villainous monologue, and the villainous monologue, in my opinion, kind of cheapens your villain. I guess I was expecting the infidelity. What I wasn't expecting was how constant it was. And another thing that I definitely was not expecting was that most of it was infidelity on the part of these 30-something-year-old women with these 18-year-old boys. I would just like to know why. Why the need? Why couldn't we have the women cheat? I can't believe I'm asking this question. If we had to have them cheat, why couldn't we have them cheat with, I don't know, men their age? Because they do it with men their age all the time. What's the point of having these 18-year-old boys in there? I don't understand. And why 18? What, did you give them an age up so that the characters wouldn't be completely unsympathizable?
Or did you age up the children by 1 year so that you wouldn't have characters that committed statutory?
I'm not a fan of cheating in books in general. I understand it's, realistic to add cheating because cheating is unfortunately a thing that happens day to day in our world, but damn, 18-year-olds? High school? No, ma'am. I gave The Hunting Wives by May Cobb 1 star. She was messy. All right, you needed a mop, a broom, and a vacuum to clean up this girl's mess. All right, but the mess was entertaining, but everything else was aggravating. So you guys, that was my rant review for The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. Again, I don't mean any hate towards the author or fans of this book. These are strictly my opinions. The stuff in here, questionable, at the least. So, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you will continue to look out for more videos on my channel in the future, because I have a lot of planned, especially for this month. So wait and see. I hope that you guys are staying safe, that you guys do well on your finals. If you guys are like me and you're taking finals these next 2 weeks, good luck. And I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.